gaping holes across you.
Chairman kind of shifts to where the sting marks from earlier were.
But regardless, you're brought back to Glass Firma. And I met you. Outside in the gardens, if I remember correctly. It was you on horseback along with our knight. And to be perfectly and bluntly honest, you were a witness.
A witness?
Indeed. Witness to a crime of a rogue winter noble. And although it's far too late, and although it seems you have no... We truly thank you for being that witness. It exposed a large string of problems, both in the winter and summer courts. You're treated as a guest for your time. You stayed a few nights, if I remember correctly. I found your company pleasant and different.
Jeremy's just kind of smiling.
As she's saying these details, it is coming back to you. The part of waking up from from winter in the cold river, being found by you-know-who, and your trip back. That annoying fucker you met along the way, that was basically a little bitch.
Oh my gosh, that guy.
He's still alive, don't worry, you can find him later.
Yay!
You are brought back to Glass Firma, the capital of the Winter Court, moving at glacial speed, so to speak. I don't know, glaciers move pretty... Glaciers move a good bit, but
yeah.
They move very slowly. She goes into detail in depth as to your staying... Yeah, death, haha. Yeah. You're almost dead. Let's see, you remember... You remember your first night there. You remember the hot springs. That literally healed you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. I should remark, by the way, she wasn't there for that, but... So,
wait,
I'm just saying. Yeah.
It's gonna take Shadowmere a minute to realize that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Anella's listening to this with rapt attention.
What about Danny?
Danny is faking being bored, but she's also listening attentively. Let's see. You remember the alcohol tasting of the assorted multi-effective side effects? You remember Frostweed Wine was amongst that collection.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that fun?
Yeah.
What else happened? What else? You remember being... When people say court in reference to fairies, they usually mean a court of people, in that it's a conglomeration, a gathering. You were brought into the literal court, legal system-wise, of winter. And boy, howdy, was there a lot of lords, ladies of winter gazing upon you, and you gave your testimony. You remember it. Which, by the way, triggers another thing. You remember what really happened to you and your...
Goody.
Mission details and everything.
Do I just remember this entire fucking thing now, basically?
Basically.
Cool.
You remember that you were the fun victim of a fairy, and you got tricked into a portal into the Feywilds. You remember that you got drowned and as such began to understand Sylvan, stuff like that. Remember the dryad you met, gathering honey from giant bees. You remember the fucking wasp nest that you guys literally... The wasp hive you kicked, and then probably got purged from. Yeah, probably got kicked by. You remember your friends...
dying, but maybe...
Passing.
Let's go with that.
That's a fun term. You remember giving this testimony to the Winter Court, stilted way that everyone in this is very familiar. And Lady Rhea remarks as such. And at some point, it is revealed that, as Aldrich knows, and now is made clear, Rhea is not her real name.
Who would have guessed?
Yes. She is Winter Lady Lara. She doesn't say her own name to any of you. But people of respect, like, I don't know, the Wild Fate emissary between the courts, would say her name in her place. So you remember that. And then you know there's more, but that's where her testimony about your past ends. She does remark that you did end up helping her in terms of, you know, like the effects, the after effects of your testimony. You remember her name was Lady Virlin, your beloved trickster. And the name Lady Virlin also triggers something perturbed by it, but that's something for another time. She remarks that your way home was a painting she, well, painted with a special ink. One that you gave a sample of. And you remember finding such dastardly inks in the hut. By which you first got tricked.
Keep saying tricked, and it's like, I was 14.
You did get tricked.
Yeah, I was 14. Can you blame her for not looking before she leaped through that window?
Yes, I can.
And I will.
And I will. But, you got sent home? She did ask you to keep in touch, but you never did. But that's from... She remarks that it does seem that's hardly your fault, considering how you have no memory of this. And she does... One of her final remarks on the situation is that before you left, she did give you a hug, and where her hands crossed on the back of your neck is how you have the mark of winter. So by all means, if you go to the winter side of, you should be. I mean, it's not like diplomatic immunity, but it'll give people some.
Yeah, some leeway.
I'll make them look twice.
Yeah, instead of being like,
they might do what Daddy's doing, like why, but they'll pay attention.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's just some random mortal. Then it's like, oh, well,
you're not just some random mortal. You're a mortal of intrigue. That makes you a target in more than one way.
It has implications. Let's just go with that.
Sure. But yeah, I'll just say it out and open. The things that happen in the tower, the conversations and stuff like that, she doesn't go into. You know that they existed, but you don't know their contents.
Yeah, just static image.
Nor anyone present, past Lady and Knight. And yeah, thus finishes her retelling. And you all know about it now. Both as players and as characters.
And Dragana wasn't here for it.
Peripherally.
I can give I can give a more detailed report of it later if anyone's curious, but just for the time being, yeah.
How does she react to this?
You didn't think about that at all before
I
you
was thinking about it the whole time.
went into this?
No, I was thinking about it the whole time, and then just like, how do I want her to... She stabs Danny. No.
Audrey would kill you faster than you could get up.
I know, right? It'd be almost impressive.
You do know something happened after you left? After you stepped through the painting portal?
But it's similar to the tower thing, I just don't remember what it is.
You remember something called out to you. You don't remember what the contents of the conversation was or what it was. I mean, I don't think you know what it was regardless, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hold on, let me write it down. So I don't forget that later. I think Jennifer just kind of like has her hand like over her mouth. If you couldn't hear, I was doing that physically, and that's why I sound.
I didn't. Weird enough.
Yeah, she just like has her hand like over her mouth, and you can probably tell she's like kind of.
You can feel Anella's gaze upon you.
Yeah.
Not angry.
She's
Intrigued, but mostly concerned.
Yeah, Cheddamir's like.
Which is weird coming from Anella.
Almost tearing up a little bit. Eyes are watering. Let's go with that one. And I just knocked over a statue. Hold up. Anyway.
Alright, so Danny kills Cheddamere.
No! She just looks at...
And them's the breaks.
I'm gonna keep saying Rhea, just... for politeness.
I mean, in technicality, you should call her Laura. It's very rude not to, now that you know.
Well, now that I know that's polite, yes, I'm gonna say Laura. I thought it would be rude to just, like, throw her name out there.
I mean, if you realize that she's trying to make it a game of not revealing her true name like she did earlier, yeah? And if you still call her Laura when she's trying to be Rhea, that means A, you're making a slight against her on purpose, or B, you're too dumb to realize you made a slight against her, which says something else about you.
I'm just gonna go with Laura.
It's a game of implications and social notice.
It's like, either...
So, yeah, so like what Aldrich did earlier, that's part of the game.
Yeah.
If Aldrich had said that, and then she realized, wait, he doesn't know. Then it takes a different turn for the game.
Yeah, it's that whole scene of just like Cheddamere holding her mouth, almost crying, and she just looks at Laura and says, "Thank you."
I'm sorry.
For so much.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. No, it's
a genuine sorry.
Yeah.
And you realize now, like, she's the laugh you heard way back when in Poland.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah. Something so distinctly warm despite the cold winter. Have fun.
This has been
also, I drew a tarot card, and it's the tower, so
everything's dead. No, this is good. This is something that's been bugging me for weeks. It would have been bugging me for fucking years if I had known this happened. Holy shit. I think she just like gets up and walks over to Laura, and
there's no desk in front of the couches, I should say.
Fuck.
Dinner hasn't been cleared away, but dessert has been put away.
She would just like look over to Manila, like, could you move this?
Goes what?
She gives Anella like a nod of thanks. It's like
Noah nods back as acknowledgement.
Yeah. She gets down and she gestures like, "Do you want a hug?" Because like she wants to hug Laura, but she doesn't want to just like force it on her.
Laura stands up and holds her arms out.
Yay, hugging!
It's weird seeing Cheddamere hug.
She hugs Anella.
This is true, but because she is me at times, Danny just goes like pseudo snoring.
Who would have guessed? Emotion, kindness.
And Marshall goes up and just hugs them both, not realizing the moment.
Laura's like,
just let it happen. His heart's in the right place.
Very well. If you would like, as Marshall squeezes. If you would like, I can summon Vincent. He might have more answers to any questions.
I'd be appreciative.
Lady Noah, might I? If he promises to be a guest in my home, then certainly. She doesn't say anything, but you can tell she thinks his name. Thrice and be summoned, she does say out loud. A portal opens on top of the ottoman, weirdly enough. Just sort of... It's similar to a Noah's portal. It's just rift in time and space of energy, but it brings with it a blast of cold wind. And you do see snowflakes forming at its outer perimeter. And then one step. He looks down. He's like, "What the fuck?" Vincent, it looks different than what you initially saw him as. Initially, back before he was a. He still has his mask. Mm-hmm. He was a black form-fitting robe sort of mage. He still has elements of that. He looks more akin to like an actual knight now. He has some like plated gauntlets, stuff like that, a tabard. He looks like a battle priest, if anything. Ooh. Or a battle mage. But he still has a hood, and he still has his blank mask with glowing blue eyes peering through them.
Yeah, I look at Aldrich, kind of like a kid who just disappointed his parent.
He's like, "Oh,
like you didn't tell me to watch that one. I would have if you told me to, but you did not tell me. That wasn't on me."
Marshall, no. Marshall. This is cool. It's cool.
It's quite all right, Marshall. It's quite all right.
Oh my god!
You have done nothing wrong.
You did real good, buddy.
Oh my god, so precious. Take an inspiration for that. That's so precious.
It's beautiful.
In fact, let's really dig in for inspirations. I'd like to give Aldrich an inspiration for properly navigating a fairy game. Very wisely done. I'd like to give an inspiration to Chedamir for properly handling with your entire past made true to you. I'd like to give an inspiration to Seema for facing your nemesis. Well, not necessarily directly, but technically face to face.
You know?
Or faces to one face.
A face.
A face.
There was a face involved.
But yeah, there stands Knight. Winter Knight. Vincent, as you know him.
Can I quickly message Anella?
If you may try, yes, certainly.
I would like to try and message Anella, and the message is: how dangerous would it be to ask about broken things in the present company?
They're my most trusted friends. And I know none of them are aligned with her.
I incline my head toward Anella as a sort of a formal bow of thanks.
She does a bow of acknowledgement towards you. I've been summoned. Vincent, look who it is. He cocks his head like a confused dog. Vincent? Right. I'm fucking with you, sorry. Welcome back to the Feywilds, Chedamir.
Pleasure. Do you normally wear that?
He goes up to you and just nearly headbutts you. Like, it stops like less than an inch in front of your face.
Chedamir doesn't flinch.
Chedamir strong.
Chedamir just
next.
Sorry.
Don't lie to me about your name next time, huh?
I'm not gonna just go around telling my name to fucking everyone.
Yeah, but I think it would be very nice of you to do as someone, saves your life or something.
You know what?
Next time I see you floating in a frozen river, I'll just drop a rock on you. Vincent? I'm kidding.
He's
Mostly.
Nice, I like him.
He's awesome.
Who are these guys?
Compatriots.
Wasn't asking you. Who are these guys? He says, looking at Laura. Chedamir's compatriots. Right.
Oh, hello. I am much of Mercedes. I'm Mercedes to Marshall.
Winter Knight, Vincent. Nice to meet you.
Kind of look confused, like.
He holds out a hand. Of sorts.
Definitely take it.
Strong grip. It's cold. It's ice cold. It's like touching frozen metal. But luckily this isn't your tongue, so nice to meet you. Another reminder tidbit: the knights are special.
Mortal.
Their names are known by everyone in the Feywilds. And they're mortal, yes. And they operate under a particular set of intricacies that involve names. So naming convention stuff of them giving their names are different. I don't think I ever told you guys the depths of it, but just know that. So him saying name might be foolish on other accounts. It might still be foolish by all means, but there's a different culture to it.
It's not like taboo where everybody would like gasp normally,
Yeah.
like we did
Yeah.
whenever Marshall.
Yeah. I mean, you guys might still be a bit confused by it, but those of you knowledgeable in the Feywilds know that they have other locks in place, and they are also a fire and forget missile.
Mm-hmm. Look, if everyone dies over there, it happens.
But but again, at the same time, everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna steal the Harry Dresden example of this. In the Dresden Files world, like names for like Satan and stuff are like publicated. Since a bajillion people have access to the name, any one of them that tries to call you doesn't really get much service if a bajillion other people know your name. It's like that.
Has to be
If all the Feywilds knows your name, it sort of means nothing that, oh, I know your first name. Well, no shit, you and Carl down the street and Keith down like on the other block. Yeah, it means nothing.
Delusion of power.
Exactly. Obviously, it works different for gods. Yeah. Vincent looks you up and down, Marshall. You look tough.
He ate a
I have been
whole
told that on
horse
occasion.
like an hour ago.
How about his oldest drink?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet, actually.
He looks back at you, Marshall.
This jovial smile. This goes dead serious. Are you challenging me?
No, I'm just curious. That being said, a challenge does push people to their limits usually. Noah, anyone pay attention to a Noah right now? Her smile slump a bit.
Like, damn it, I have to do more stuff.
Like, fuck. And you see Danny smirk widen at it.
She's such a dick. I love her.
Vincent, it's terribly rude to drink your host's alcohol supply under the table. I think that's up for the host to decide. I believe that Chedamir and compatriots have other things to do. So it might not be wise for a drinking challenge. No remarks. Shame. If you ever come
I
back,
have
big
nothing
guy.
better to do.
He has nothing better to do. That remains to be seen. And now her remarks. Do it! Fucking do it!
Usually the revelry comes after you kill your mortal enemies.
I prefer during. That works. Next time, come to the Feywilds, big guy.
Nod, accepting, seeing him for who he is. Then we shall have our challenge then.
Then.
It's like a mandate.
It's a bromance.
Flooding?
Vincent didn't know that stepping through that portal, he meets his true love. Wait, shit, Marshall's moving.
Oh.
Damn it.
So what was I summoned? Other than seeing Shadowmere again. Answering questions. Fuck. Don't be like that. Is there no one else I can do that? No. Fuck. I should say that Vincent is in a similar status. the those knights, not court knights, but those knights. He looks built, but he's not built for. He's not Alex Louise Armstrong over there. No, he looks nimble, agile. Ask your question so I can get out of here.
Out of game, I now realize what questions do I have?
Well, shit, why'd you bother summoning him then?
I wanted to say hi to Vincent, okay?
He's my buddy.
Kind of.
He wasn't even emotional when you. Rick, you son of a bitch. I love that quip so much. I've never seen the movie, but I love that quip. I like the Critical Role version where it's Grog and what's Joe Magnelo's character's name? The one that stole Vector's hand.
Oh yeah, the big dragon.
Why am I forgetting it?
What?
Why am I forgetting that?
It was a cool name too. I just can't remember it.
Deathbringer Supreme. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, it was that, but
Yeah.
I'm looking this up. Hold on. Time out. Time out. This is gonna bug me.
Important
type.
Critical Role, Joe. I know how to spell Joe
real quick
Magnelo's name, but not his fucking character.
Was it something? It was one word. It was
Archon.
Archon. There we go.
The Cruel. That was it. Yeah, I like the version of that where it's like Grog, you son of a bitch. It's just two massive dude bros. Anyways, going back to this. This fun time.
Hold on a second.
This is an info dump of all proportions, I promise you that. So if you have questions of Anella, now that she's actually in a relatively exposed nature, of Danny, if you think you can get answers out of her, of Lady Rhea, of Court, or of Winter Knight Vincent, now's the time to ask.
Did you two look for me afterwards?
They both simultaneously say no.
Wow. I mean, I know I
You just left.
Wow.
You just left. Why would we have need to look for you?
I mean,
We assumed you would come back on your own volition.
Yeah, that's fair.
We have looked for you for different reasons recently.
Such as?
Your mark, stupid. Vincent?
No, that's deserved. Yeah, that should have been obvious.
See?
See, at least he's like very straightforward.
I like him. He fucked her off. Okay.
Why didn't you just come and like talk to me?
He looks at you like his glowing blue eyes blink a couple of times. He looks at Laura. There were questions and complications.
Such as? Or is that
She just like has a straight face. And then Vincent looks over at you. She's bound not to say it.
That's understandable.
That being said, I'm not bound to say that she's bound.
That's fine. That's understandable. Did you ever find out what the fuck happened with those wasps?
You cut out.
Did you ever find out what happened with those fucking wasps?
If I remember correctly, they died out or something. So we got reported back. Although I heard maybe Summer might have some new pets.
So, how's life been?
Vincent just underneath it. You learned how to read expressions behind masks very well from Connor. He gives you an "Are you shitting me?" look.
I don't know how to do. I'm bad at talking. If we didn't.
Don't tell me you. Time. Don't ever summon me just to ask me how have I been doing.
Lesson learned.
Good.
I personally don't know any more questions. Someone else talk to them.
Well,
real
yeah.
quick.
Yeah, this isn't just Chadamir. Any of you can ask questions. Deep questions.
That deep shit.
Deep questions.
No sexual questions, please. I would refrain from that.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
I was talking to our fellow guests here about this earlier, and I don't know if you, Victor, would have any extra
Vincent.
knowledge.
Vincent.
Vincent, sorry, I'm the worst. I don't know if you would have any extra knowledge on, but do you happen to know anything about the void?
Know a lot of stuff about the void.
It seems to be having a bit more of a presence than usual in our realm.
He looks at Laura. How old is she? Laura just like pinches the bridge of her nose. Old enough for the court of courts. Okay. So I'm assuming when you say recently, you don't mean in the past decade or so.
No, I mean in the past few months from our, if even few months, honestly, few weeks it seems like.
Might be a simple side effect.
Side effect of what?
Court of chords. Remember what Duncan, Ariana, and all of their missions, Seema? I know what remarks this. If you as a player don't remember,
Yeah, I'm kind of...
So, Duncan, Ariana, Pavel, Cedric, Connor, Valeska, their failure, in their own words, their failure meant all the worlds got pulled just a bit closer together. The veil of sorts was made thinner between worlds. And by Cedric's foolish declaration, that was the only time, or not the only time, but one of the few times in eternal history that both courts worked with one another. Thus, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Vincent's referring to, but might be a side effect from that. But that's obviously not what's happening. Or it might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't know, some fool was always trying to tamper with the void.
And have there been some who are more successful than others?
As of recent, I don't know. I don't keep tabs that much in the mortal realm.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of ever, I'm sure there are a handful in history. If you met the Shadow Man, you might have read one of the examples.
Yeah.
Danny remarks.
Yeah, I had kind of come to that conclusion, Danny.
Aren't you a smart cookie?
Well, I for one am very excited to fight the Shadowless.
He's either brave or a fool.
I think
Probably a
it's
good side of
both.
Yeah.
It's
Best of luck.
a chance to get to fight the best warrior.
I'll give you a
in the
free
land.
hint. I'll give you a free hint. A mortal gift to a mortal. Killing him won't be the hard part. Making sure he stays dead will be.
I do have a question.
He looks
Will
at
I
you.
have to fight my own shadow?
Potentially.
Wonderful.
Very excited.
The only true enemy.
Don't let the flowery language fool you, Marshall. The shadow won't be copying your every move. It would just come up out of the ground. It'll be like another person. That being said, it might know the way you fight.
Perfect. that I will leave all my weapons shadows available, so it can choose what it wants to fight with.
Vincent just has a blank look on his blank mask. Right.
Very impressive. Can't say he's not a man of honor.
Honors for fools. But it does separate the best from the better.
I think I asked this last time. How do you get one of those masks? That's a stupid question.
You did ask me that, and I told you you get involved in the courts.
Right. Do you want one of these masks?
Well, until you're a part of the Winter Court, it's never gonna happen. And that mark doesn't mean anything.
Damn it.
Speaking of fools, I myself might be one.
Dun, 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 dun.
If you're gonna fight the Shadow Man, you might be. Best of luck, though.
No,
I
no.
fancy
Can't be that hard.
myself. I fancy myself a collector, if you will, and I am in need of a collection. I'm sure you've heard of three specific siblings. I needn't say more. And I am looking for broken pieces.
You lost me. You just said that straight out. 3 siblings, yeah, faithful, family, whatever. Broken pieces. If you're looking for them in specific, good luck. Unless you're trying to talk about a different broken being.
He's clever and powerful. I like him.
I think he's taunting me, my lady. He's not. I believe. Huh.
There's a very good chance he is.
The Shattered Lady. Wildfey. Resurgence in the past few centuries. Or is it several? Can't remember. What about her? Hoping to throw in sides of her. Might be a dumb idea.
Nothing of the sort. My intentions are perfectly hostile.
Might also be a dumb idea. Might I ask... Aldrich, your name was, yes? This is Lady Laura asking.
Indeed.
Why? That's a very specific, and no offense to her, obscure being to be involved with. Why?
Because I was asked to.
She raises an eyebrow at this.
I give Anella a glance. Anything on her, any expression at all?
She just does like a go on sort of gesture of her hand. To
Why
which
don't you-
Lady Laura does see this.
Why don't you ask her yourself? And I ask Vanadis to come out of the ether.
And from the ether does she appear. Behind you. Behind the couch. Familiar sight to most of you. Marshall? I realized Marshall has never seen Vanadis, huh?
Suddenly,
Now
this
there's
is
Tala.
awesome.
Now there's Tala. I mean, it's not like she popped out. I mean, I guess she popped out of nowhere, but not popped out of a portal.
Yeah, that's no. You mentioned her name, but
Yeah, I don't think you haven't seen her.
nope.
How does Marshall react to it? She just sort of shimmers into being, so to speak.
kind of a little bit disappointed in himself, but he's also not quite sure if that was a portal.
I love it.
Are people just gonna keep fucking popping up out of nowhere?
That seems kind of par for the course for our group.
Really?
Look, our group.
Don't get me wrong. I'm super into all the building, mansion, the Feywilds. But at the same time, that, and she points at the newly appeared Vanadis, is really messing with me.
Get used to it.
You get used to it.
When we attract weird things.
Oh yeah, you're weird, alright.
Thank you.
No, Marsha. Never mind.
People
Vanadis
don't
does
remember average.
no. You know, never mind, Marshall. Vanadis walks around, coasts around the side of that side of the couch, passes down away, and does a grandiose courtly bow before Lady Lara. Interesting. Her and Vince are just sort of staring at Vanadis. So, what? You're trying to give her back? Take her back? What?
The latter, I suppose.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Might need it. That being said, you have a hard time finding her. From what I've heard, she's quite, well. Her body wasn't the only thing fragmented, and sure, it came back together, but her mind is still in peace, from what I hear. So she's pretty erratic. So good luck finding her.
So I've heard. It has also come to my attention and understanding that there are certain artifacts, if you will, scattered throughout the mortal plane that eventually find their way back here to the Feywild. I am currently in pursuit of such artifacts, and I was wondering if you have any... You wouldn't happen to have any treasure maps or something like that, would you? I give a wink.
Your wink does not faze Vincent. He's a soulless bastard. He looks over at Lara. And then he leans in and... It's like an advisor to, their ruler. Like, leans in and whispers.
Or a means by which to look.
Does anyone want to eavesdrop?
Little bit.
Up to you.
I'm going to do the polite thing and just wait. Since
I'm
I was
going to
asking
assume
for
that it's in
something.
Sylvan, so I won't understand anyways.
I mean, to his credit, Vincent has been talking in common this whole time.
Yeah, but if he has a secret...
True.
I'll leave him alone.
Very well. Lara gives a glance over at you, Shadowmere. Moves to say something back to Vincent, stops herself. Do not mistake my intentions, Aldrich. The Mark of Winter means a mark of friendship to the Winter Court, and a friend of a friend is a friend of ours. But that being said, you're asking for a very particular and potentially splintering thing. You know how fairies work. So what do you bring to the table? There's the Winter Lady.
What's the last thing you said, Crash?
Laura's asking, what do you bring to the table? A friend of a friend is a friend of theirs, but you're asking for a very touchy thing. So, they can help you. They might give you a discounted help, but it won't be free. What do you offer?
I sort of look into my cup of mulled wine, contemplating. And here is the reason why I am a fool.
You have nothing, isn't it?
Well, I can't have anything if I don't know what is wanted.
The blade.
In exchange for what?
Help.
Permanently?
Potentially. That might be a bit extreme for both parties. You say you're going after the Shadow Man, yes?
They threatened Seaman. I fancy Seema a comrade. Threaten my comrade, you get the blade. No more than fair.
She smiles at that. Honorable. He would do well in our courts. The Shadow Man has been a problem in the past for us. If you could permanently remove him, perhaps we can help. That's the question of permanence. He is very hard to keep dead.
Like I said earlier, Seema is your nemesis, and I will defer to your vengeance. But if you are committed to that course, this would align with that. And from where I'm sitting, it seems a very fair deal.
Seema's nodding.
Do you truly believe, though, that you could keep him dead? He's been killed in the past. By some of us. By others. And he has a tendency to come back. What we request of you for this deal is that he stays dead. And if he should ever come back in the future, you will be permanently known as Oathbreakers.
I swear I will do everything possible on heaven, earth, whatever other realms there may be to kill him and kill him permanently. I swear it thrice.
I don't care about any of those things. Swear it upon your name.
I swear it upon my name.
You swear it thrice.
I swear it thrice.
Out of game. If you weren't bound by fate to fight him before, you definitely are fucking now.
Ba-boom!
Babushka.
Vincent, I'm sure you are quite capable of delving into the Feywilds, yes? I am, milady. Then you'll be the one to go looking. As you wish. Similar to Chadamir moments ago, Aldrich, you might not like the answers we give you. We will help.
Everything has a price, doesn't it?
Of course. We'll help you find her. We cannot help you fight her, however. The Winter Court is bound to its own. And to that, she turns away, looks at Noah. And Vincent walks past her over to you and whispers in your ear. The court's bound. But damn if we don't have subsidiaries.
That's what I like to hear.
That being said, I don't think we're going to blow everything just on your random venture.
Of course not.
I'm gonna have to talk to the Oath Keepers about this. I'm gonna have some records. Whatever.
Well then.
Anything else? Or am I free to depart on my new mission? Laura looks to all of you.
I wonder where we might start looking for a permanent solution to our little predicament.
Alas, I cannot help you with that. Or we would have done so long ago. Oh my god, that picture is amazing!
It is art. I like that Pike is just like standing on his head. Like,
Yeah, you know, there's another thing as well. I also find art, and it's hilarious to me. Let me see if I can find it. I think I might have it saved. Oh yeah, and in their first fight against Vecna, not their final fight, but the first time they meet.
yeah.
When he points a finger at Pike. Laura and Travis and everyone did that, and Bax is Ash. It's great. But seriously though, do you have any other questions? Last call.
Why did you bother saving me?
Thought it'd be fun.
Was it?
No.
Oh, well, I'm disappointed now. But thank you.
Who knows? Maybe the fun is yet to come.
I've had enough fun in my lifetime, I think. I had fun once, it was awful.
He is very much coming off as that guy.
Fun or not, job's a job. And my duty is sworn. If there's nothing else, he does a bow, holds out his arm. I'll bid you adieu.
Cheddar bows back.
He turns to snow that fades to the wind.
That was super dramatic.
It's an effective mode of transportation, Chenmerish. Laura remarks to you.
I didn't say it was.
And it's very good. And it's very good in fighting.
Really?
Although he doesn't usually use snow for that.
What does he use? What does he use? I want to know.
I fear he might get mad if I say. So I shall not.
Oh my gosh, you're totally doing that on purpose.
She pats off her dress. And with his departure, I'm afraid I must as well. By all means, Lady Lara.
Oh.
Thank you for visiting.
Well,
Yes?
Is there a way I can contact you in case I want to talk again? I said I would talk to you last time, and then I kind of, well, you know.
She walks up to you, holds out a hand, to the side of your face on your cheek, smiles, and then parts your face in her hand, and she moves and taps the back of your neck. You already do.
It was nice seeing you again.
She smiles widely and warmly, bows her head. And you as well, Chenemir.
Anella, you throw the best parties. You should invite us more often.
Yeah, sis. So amusing. We'll see. Goodbye, all of you. And best of luck with your endeavors. Similar to Anella, she claws open a tear, and that familiar burst of cold wind. Colder than when Vincent entered. But she doesn't feel it, and she just walks through and even leaves frost on the ground. Noah just sighs out loudly. Now then, she walks calmly over to the top couch area behind her sister. And Danny, who's this again, so arms spread out, splayed out, looks at her. And Noah just, quick as a cat grabbing like a butterfly out of the air, grabs both her cheeks and begins pulling. Oh, what the fuck? Don't pretend to be a guest when you own this house too. Ow, 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 ow. It's okay. This continues for like a minute.
Jennifer's just like laughing off in the corner.
She lets go. Dear sister, what will I ever do with you? Ow. You love it and you know it. No, I don't. I swear that thrice.
Hurtful.
Yeah, what she said. It hurts.
Deep.
All that time in the mortal realm has really just changed you, shows your true colors. I don't know. You should try it sometime. You never know what you might find. And she gives you a wink, Chenemir.
Chenemir just like does like a little.
Don't judge until you've tried it.
She's just like a dead stare, Audric. Yeah. So, is it always going to be adventurers showing up in here? You're going to get someone actually, I don't know, noble? I know, it just gives her sister a smile. Right. Fetishist. I have no idea what you're talking about. So that vest, that leather vest you're wearing right now, is totally not an outfit. Gotcha. She just gives all of you like a look, still smiling, but she doesn't say anything.
Exceptionally fun to have around.
She's a freak. She's a freak.
Super freaky.
Which one is saying that to which one? Actually, no.
Danny Santana. By boars? Wait, what?
But my sister got hit by keyboards in the face.
I'm assuming that was a number.
2 boards.
Oh. 2 board. What?
Keyboards? You might have just meant to say a board.
Well, no, on the numpad, on phones, you can make 1. Well, no, like, by 1. He's typing right now.
Well, no. Yeah, Chedamir does say it's like, you are very entertaining to have around.
As are you. Get a room. Wait, no. Get a room in the mortal realm. Don't do it here.
It's her house. She decides what she wants to do.
Excuse me, I live here too.
Yeah, that means at least half of it she can do whatever she wants in.
She's never here. She's frolicking about in the mortal realm. Never comes back. And then she suddenly shows up. Her horse bucked off. Ouch!
Oh, jeez, that's a chain of events.
I hope she's alright, and I hope that you are providing adequate medical attention.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay, good.
Okay, good, good.
But Danny, you should come visit us.
No!
Please. It's fun. This is fun.
Are you a freak to...
No!
Ella,
Okay,
Ella,
no.
what did you pick? I have no idea what you're talking about, Danny. It's like childhood all over again.
It's actually quite fun. I've never seen a fairy get riled up about something. And Ella usually keeps a straight face.
Yeah, because she's boring.
She's not boring.
See? Ugh. You should have seen her back when we were younger. She had a lot more emotion then.
Please tell me about it. I want to hear that.
Danny removes his hand, something begins pinch on whatever. Ow, 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 ow. How about we don't? Deal. A story for another time, Chedamir.
Do you know how hard it is to set that up for me?
See? She's boring. But seriously though, sis. Interesting people you brought in this time. And I guess last time too, but you know what I mean. Keep the trend going.
Is this one of those situations where you bring home people you know your parents aren't going to like?
That is absolutely what
I don't know, Ella, is it? I have no idea what you're talking about, dear sister.
Inside check.
Roll insight.
Do you need to?
I really need to get trained in insight. Why am I not trained in this shit?
I don't know.
17.
Let's change the music up a bit. Hold on.
Because you lived in an Arctic tundra?
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it?
But I use it all the time.
I have like every single Witcher Gwent song loaded up here. I don't remember putting these here.
Gwent sucks.
The Gwent game sucks in game. I don't like the new Gwent game. It's bad.
I only say that for one reason.
Why?
Because in Gwent, it has catapults rated as higher power than a trebuchet.
Oh, yes. It's a trash game. Trebuchets are way better.
Unacceptable.
Mistakes were made.
Fucking nerds.
Catapults.
Let's see. Yeah, that's why they're trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Insight. What do you think?
I know I was trying to annoy Danny.
They're trying to annoy each other. Except one of them has a hell of a good grip and pinching capability, and she's technically older, so sucks.
Sucks you, nerd. Is it one of those situations where she's older by like 5 minutes, but they will never live that down?
No.
Aw.
There's an actual gap.
Anyways.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed your time in my home.
I did very much.
Was that Anella saying it or Danny?
That was Anella.
No.
Okay.
There's
See?
some action difference.
See? Daddy's too big of a bitch to be that polite.
Well, I thought she was doing it sarcastically. But like,
Yeah,
well,
that's fair. That's fair.
You've been a
of
very
like
gracious
being
host, Anella.
my home.
I can see that.
You've been a most gracious host, Anella.
Ahem. What about me?
And here I thought you were a guest.
It was a pretty good trick. One that she helped in, by the way. She puts it on Noah, and Noah just gives a smile. I mean... Of course you're a guest here. Seeing as this is my place. Adventuring fetish bitch. What was that? Nothing. Milady. In seriousness, though, we do share the place. But in technicality, this is registered to me. So she is both host and guest.
I would just go up and give her another big, out of nowhere hug.
No.
Thank you for having me in your home. I would love to say I would like to see you again, but I don't know if that would be honest. I would really like to see Vincent again.
At least you're very honest, Marshall. I'll be sure to try to get other large creatures for you to eat next time.
Also, sorry for the whole horse setup thing.
Oh, don't worry. It's not like I was the one cooking.
Yeah.
Being the court emissary has its perks. And I haven't been here in a while, so it's only right to use them while I can. So.
How do you feel, Seema? That's a pretty powerful oath you just swore.
I honestly...
To kill an undying being?
I honestly feel no less committed than I was before.
Glad to hear it.
They might have tricked you.
Or I guess I should say no more committed. That was a complete opposite.
Don't worry about it.
Look, none of us care.
I was gonna let you have it.
Yeah,
Words.
same. Yeah. They might have tricked you.
You know?
How do you prove someone's really dead? Do you want to go to the void and ask it to sign a paper?
I need Can you certify this death? You know? I
can
do
think of a
have
way.
not to name drop or to be arrogant or to be heretical, but I do have some connections with some deities that might be able to...
I mean, you're sitting in the Feywilds with talking to two fell gods, technically. I think you might have already left the field. Just letting you know.
That's not...
Take that for free.
I think our minds just went in the same direction, Seema, so that's either reassuring or very troubling.
You know? It's not... It's something.
Another winning comment. Such a smart cookie.
I want cookies.
Is that you saying, guys, go for
Well, honestly, I could kill for a chocolate chip cookie right now.
Don't make deals you don't mean. Because someday someone might take you up on it.
I'm not gonna sell my soul for a cookie if that's what you're insinuating.
Easiest assassination deal ever. All for a fucking cookie.
But I'm sure it'd be a really fucking good cookie.
It has to be one ball.
No, it had to be shit. That's how you get the most out of it. Cost effectiveness. One death of anyone of your choice for a really bad cookie. Easy.
Sorry.
Same.
You die.
Sorry.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, all of you. I hope you all know what you're getting into.
I promise you I do not.
She looks across the rest of you. One of you really should enlighten Marshall as the details of your targets.
I think that's high up on the to-do list currently.
Be sure it is.
I honestly don't think it'll make much of a difference.
You never know until you try. She looks across all of you. There's a nostalgic look on her face. Reminiscent. She shakes her head and like just sort of rouses herself out of it and smiles. So then, I believe enough time has passed. Dinner and dessert were had. Are you guys ready to go back?
I'm pretty ready to be out of the Feywilds.
Rude. What sort of fucking guest are you?
I'm not a person who does well in intense social situations, Ella. I'm almost as bad as Chedamir.
Danny saying it.
Damn. I'm a...
You
That's,
proved
that's doubly
fairy
rude.
voice.
You think I'm the same as her? Fucking fetish bitch?
I was looking the other direction. Your voice sounds alike.
We do not sound the same. They both say it at the same time.
Sounds shockingly the same.
And they both look at each other.
It's a sibling thing.
Ah, now I see the family resemblance.
Danny like show their tongue, I don't know.
Why black hair?
Why not?
Fair enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you want us to be twins or something? Something for your sick mind?
You assume a lot.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Sounds
You
like
shouldn't
you-
lie in the Feywilds, you know.
I'm not. Her hair is a different color than yours. I'm trying to figure out which one of you is the one putting on a scene.
Sounds like you thought of it first.
You are not helping. She points at Godric.
I hold up my hands like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you don't like black hair. How about this? And she taps and figure out the top of her head, like where the roots are. Her eyes change to a human, and she gets this very dark red hair with green eyes. Or this. Very bright blonde with brown eyes. She's just like, it's just a like a constant changing of different hues and tones of color.
I'm
hair color.
just gonna keep saying until she gets the one that looks similar to mine.
It takes her like a minute, but she gets there.
That's the winning look.
she looks at you intently. Smarter than you look.
And dumber than I know.
And more honest than me. Anyways, we should probably be off.
Yeah, you can feel free to get out of my house. Our house. Her house. There you go. I remember. Well, I'm so happy when you're not here. I'll be sure to visit more often. Fuck. But in all seriousness, though, Danny, do prepare some rooms for them and the previous adventurers. Danny gets a dead look on her face. We're gonna have guests, like actual guests, potentially. Danny looks at all of you, like eyes going to each of you.
Don't say it.
As you wish, my lady. I'll get on it. Thank you, Danny. The rest of you, come on. Should I get some soundproofing in? She says as you guys depart to the staircase.
I imagine both Danu and I say yes at the same time at this point.
Yes. Not.
Chenmir is just beat red, but she's not looking towards Danny, so hopefully she doesn't know.
You're all a bunch of freaks. And then after that, you guys begin descending the staircase. Well, I must say, well done.
I try to imitate that courtly bow I saw them all doing earlier.
Not bad. Bend a bit down more and hold out your arm straighter and make sure to splay your fingers a bit at the end. Alright, that should be perfect.
Duly
The
noted.
gentlemen will follow after me.
It is very much The Witcher 3. It's in the very beginning of the game, so.
And I refuse to bow, because fuck that bitch. Anyways.
I bowed once just to see what would happen. And then Emperor Emir is like, I'm surprised, I thought you didn't bow to anyone. And then, yeah, we became friends. I was like, sarcastic girl, I dig it.
See, I did it the first time, and then I didn't the second time. And the dude was like, yeah, he's going to beat me for that. I was like, oh.
Oh no.
Now who's the monster?
You could have just been nice. I only done 2 playthroughs, so like, I only done 1 of each. But, yeah, you guys are brought back down to the pure white corridor downstairs. And once more, your shadows are gone. Go you. And Anella goes to... The door is still open, the one that had the portal to where you originally was, but the portal's not there anymore. Just the door of the door frame is open. She goes to the one opposite, directly across. Opens it, and then... like a finger on a chalkboard, except without the shitty noise. Opens it up. Unless any of you have anything else you'd like to do before you depart your soiree in the Feywilds.
One thing.
I just make a departing comment. Next time I would like to see some trees.
She smiles. I'll be sure to take you to the rest of the Feywild. Or perhaps I'll send Danny to take you.
Please no, she'll let us die.
Perhaps. Anything else?
Shadowless would want to be the last one through with Anella. Because she wants to...
As you wish. As you wish, unless anyone else in the party was...
I want to hang out with Anella.
Yes! I don't know, you guys can be assholes to each other like that, huh?
No, I'll step through the door.
Yeah.
Danway, locked arms with you.
It takes
Yes.
Marshall to get like a few seconds to get the social cue.
Tala tugs at your arm. Marshall, let's just go. CMS Joe, imagine.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's go, Marshall. Come on. Let's.
Oh, yes, I see.
Yeah. All right, let's go. So,
Just my apologies, please. Do the sex.
Mark.
He already has inspiration. You can't give me...
There he has inspiration. Damn it.
Mark down that he has a backup inspiration. I don't know.
That's sick. All right, so you and Noah are alone.
The second Marshall goes through the thing, she just gives Anella the biggest hug.
she's a bit surprised at it. Like her arms, like she's like, "What's happening?" And then she reciprocates some joy.
Chedemir's kind of crying again.
Please don't cry on me.
Sorry.
Sadness is not a good look for you, dear.
It's mostly tears of happy.
Well, crying in general is just bad.
Shut up and let me be nice to you.
No, why would I ever make it easy for you?
Thank you. I can't describe how thankful I am that you helped me with this.
I did nothing of the sort. You should thank Danny.
I don't want to thank Danny. They'll insult.
That's wise.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I didn't invite Lady Lara today. She did.
God damn it, I owe them.
Don't tell her that.
Yeah, well.
And keep in mind that she was invited into my house, so therefore...
It was kind of rude to you.
Exactly.
Why? Did she invite them just to have a casual chat? Or was she actually being nice and helpful?
I may have told my sister that I'd be bringing people through. One of which would be you. And my sister is nothing if not prying. So consider today her attempt at analyzing my girlfriend. Hopefully she got the answer she sought. And if not, then sucks.
Wow, that was very casual for you.
I am casual around my sister.
It's nice. It's interesting.
We have a lifetime together. Several, to be exact.
Anyways, thank you, both of you, for everything.
I'll be sure to begrudgingly give your thanks to Danny.
You don't have to.
I will be sure not to then.
Alright, let's go hang out with everyone.
After you.
I also really like this place. It's very nice. She says, like, just walking in.
I assume there's a time dilation between appearances.
Do you think it's faster, slower, by a lot, by little? What do you think?
I think that Anella, if she could, would
I feel like it would be like
manipulate
Chedimir walked out literally right behind.
Yeah.
Oh, in terms of you guys departing, I thought you meant like in terms of like you guys meeting up with Pico again.
No,
In terms of order of departure, it's one after another, because the time you spent there was equivalent to the time spent in Mortal Realm. There can be a time dilation, but
Pico.
if you're an Archfey, it doesn't really matter.
They can do what the fuck
And
they want.
as cruel as Anella may be, she's not gonna fuck you guys by sending you guys seriously to the future.
But it'd be so much fun.
It's a pain in the ass for me.
I will
Personally.
save a snarky remark at Chedimir's expense to next time.
It's a good opener.
Good opener. But yeah, you guys are brought back to the original outpost. If it wasn't obvious, as I've described, Pico is not really human. And you'll see their true form chilling on top of Coin when you guys come back. The place is still bloody, the place still smells like god-awful death, and the Wisp portal is still there.
Yeah.
Yep. But, yeah, I think we'll just call it there, so that way next time we'll have everyone here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing this coming Saturday. That's why we played today, duh. But next Saturday we'll be back to normal. Or we'll be playing at a normal time, unless we have any problems. I do want to ask.
Wait,
I mean, just as always,
when are we
things
talking
are
about it?
harder for me.
This is the Saturday of the 22nd. Not this
That
coming Saturday, but the next one.
Yeah, that should be all right.
Yeah. Ooh, my seatbelt.
I'm also Oh, you go first.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might be a little bit late.
How much?
Not much.
Define
'Cause
little.
I get off at 11, so it would be like half an hour or so. So
Okay, so we'll just shoot the shits during that time then. I'll be waking up or some shit.
Yeah, if they ask me to stay late, they can go fuck themselves.
There's the Danny in you.
My name is Daniel, so you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. That's why.
No, it's not.
You're cock walking
I was
yourself.
actually like, oh, that's funny. Is it Danny with an N-I or Danny with an N-N-Y?
It's Dani is how I ever
So,
record
like-
my notes.
So like with the dragons then.
I mean, you guys are having heavy, so it's fast. But yeah. So we all good on the 22nd?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like
I
a
think so.
Might chill for 30 minutes. Just shoot the shits as we do. We did that today too. It's fine. I was waking
Yeah.
up.
That'll be good because I'll be coming probably back from roller practice, which hopefully is going to happen. Oh, also, that's what I was going to say is that I'm going to talk to people about I might switch my days off to Thursday instead of Monday, which I don't know if that'll make anything even remotely easier. But
In the future, I will have Tuesdays and Thursdays requested off because I don't have class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I don't want to go to work on the days I don't have class. So I just told them, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna have Tuesdays and Thursdays off. So
that might be.
it might be better. I'm weekday people here. It's job shit, late night, European.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely better than just Monday. I would say, at least for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesdays
we'll
and
see.
Thursdays were great for me.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are good for you? Oh, okay, so yeah, definitely try to do it then. I'm not saying we'll make Thursdays like a new day, but it'd definitely be nice to have like a backup potentiality.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to my coworker and see if like she's cool with me
Take
switching
Advil.
around. And it might be that like it's a while that it happens, but don't get excited about requesting Mondays off because that's when I have off.
Gotcha.
So, Garth, take a gram of Tylenol, 800 grams or 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, drink 2 glasses of water, and you will not wake up with a headache.
Will he wake up at all?
They
Okay.
process through different organs, so you're fine.
Okay.
It's
How big do the cups have to be? Because cups are different sizes. And let's just talk about like
8 ounces.
the full legit. I have glasses everywhere.
Oh,
and I have
8
no
ounces is
actually,
8 ounces is actually pretty small. Like your average like glass of water is more like 16 ounces.
I don't know measurements, okay? Which is why it's really bad that I DM stuff because I don't know distances and shit.
I'm gonna get off. Thanks for playing, guys. It was a lot of fun.
All
Hi,
right.
Fred. Thanks for showing up.
Have a
Bye,
night,
Fred. Yeah, I'm actually gonna peace out too. Starbucks before it closes.
By all
Monday.
means. Have a good night.
Let me find my Discord tab and all of my mess. Alright, night y'all.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
I'm just saying,
What's up?
Mark was going to have a serious talk about employment with y'all.
Yes, I'll quit.
Yeah, just quit. Yeah.
Basically.
I might, honestly. My workplace is like filled with drama, so I'm just here to work and get paid. That's all I'm here for. Yeah, so I'm like, if at any point like shit gets too bad, or we get overworked, or they don't accommodate my schedule, I'm just gonna quit.
It's like a plan.
Because then I'll have legit. I don't want to be the guy that was there for a summer, like just the summer when I said I wasn't. So I'm waiting for them to give me an excuse to quit. But until then, it's good money.
Hey, do you mind staying late 5 minutes? No, I'm out. I can't do this anymore.
I stick around my workplace for hours after my shift ends because I'm friends with like half of them, so I just shoot the shits and then taunt them. Sometimes I help them, but then I'm like, I'm free to just be like, nah, someone else clocked in, you do this. I'm later. It's great. Should try with some music. I'm happy we had music this fucking time.
It really helped with the scene.
Better than fucking silence.
The sound of silence. Yeah.
Oh,
I did
man.
not expect Shadowmere to get her memories back today. That was fun.
Neither did I.
Then Dragana's like, I need to sleep. And it's like, oh, well, here's an opportunity.
Well, don't worry. I have many more things to mess with you with. Don't worry. Your story's not done yet.
10 out of 10.
Now that you're openly declared as part of winter, let's have... I hope you're ready for some summer.
Yeah, I still have to deliver that package, don't I?
Yeah, you do!
That's definitely not going to get me killed.
Not at all.
I still
You'll
want
be
that
fine.
mask, though. The mask is cool as shit.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
In technicality, you guys finally went to the Feywilds. That being said, it wasn't really the Feywild.
It was a very isolated section.
And Noah's apartment, mansion, her penthouse.
Penthouse is a good way.
Yeah, so you didn't really go to the Feywild. There's a lot more history to Daddy and Noah.
That I can't wait to discover.
Well, you could have asked about it today.
I kind of wanted to.
I don't think Danny would ever give you a straight answer.
No, of course not. I kind of wanted to, but I figured that the whole cheek pinching thing would have happened. I was just like, hey, so tell me about your childhood. No! Damn it. No.
Different, depending on who you ask, they will or won't answer. There's certain topics that Danny will answer just to piss off a Noah, and there's topics that a Noah is already okay with answering, and things she will answer to piss off Danny.
Perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she's not a freeloader. She does still do work and stuff.
But boy, howdy, does she give off the vibes.
She's both of them being fairies, she's the one that clung to her human nature more than her sister. I'll put it like that.
I could see it.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, her sister is the one that put in charge of diplomacy between two rival factions.
Which makes sense.
yeah. So, you know, might change a person's attitude. But, you know, whatever.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna get off now, because...
Yeah. I am hungry. I'm gonna go find food.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Alright, later. No problem. Wish your...
What'd you say?
Oh yeah, should be fine.
Oh, you were talking.
Why did you return?
Because you said wish your something. I was like, what did you say?
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to no. Got it.
Okay, fine. Well, that happened.